Good morning, afternoon actually, but it is the morning chat. So, why am I more hungry some days than others? Why does sometimes the same same style of workout feels harder than other days? And I'm going to tie this in with the conversation we had because we then went on to speaking about kind of this time of year that we're about to approach. A lot of people struggle this time of year in terms of darker mornings, darker evenings. Maybe it hits your routine a little bit. Maybe you feel more tired in the mornings, tired in the evenings. It can be harder to do things. So, firstly, when I come in, if you're coming in, by the way, give me a hello, let me know if you're on replay. If you find this helpful, just please do share it. If it helps one person, then that's great. So if we think about the nutrition side of things first and foremost, why am I hungrier on certain days than others? Well, there's a lot of things that come into hunger. Yes, we know that protein intake helps. Yes, we know that overall calories help. We know that the higher the volume of food that you eat, so the more your plate weighs, essentially, the more full up you're going to be. Now, that doesn't have to be calorically, that could be food volume as in fibre. Contains lots of, take vegetables, contains lots of fibre, it's very slow to digest, go through your system. So you get the benefit of the hunger hormones going, yeah, Matt's had dinner, he's got food, he's okay right now. Protein intake, again, that has a massive impact on your hunger hormones, all these things coming into it. So we know that plays a part. We know that exercise can actually be a hunger suppressant as well. So there's this coming in, there's work, there's stress. Are you busier on some days than others? Because you might have had a really busy day. Let me know if you've ever done this before. Had a really busy day and then you've not really eaten that much, you felt that hungry. Then the next day, because you've been perhaps not that consistent with your meals, your protein intake, the next day you just feel starving. Maybe it's a calmer day, you're working from home, the kitchen's there, so your environment's starting to come in, right? So yesterday you were busy at work, go in the office for argument's sake. Today, you're at home, working from home, catching up on stuff, admin. If that sounds familiar, let me know. And it's just a reminder of how powerful your environment can be. Because if there's just temptations out on the side, and we know this from research in terms of, this is bonkers really, but people who leave cereal boxes out on the side can be up to around 20 pounds heavier than people who don't. People who have clear sides, people who have a fruit bar on the side can be 1, 2, 3 pounds lighter on average. And on average, just trends, but your environment will dictate how much you eat a lot of the times. And this can dictate hunger, right? If I'm in a coffee shop, I'm far less likely to snack because I have to pay for it. There's a barrier in the way, right? Of me going, I might just grab a piece of fruit. And I'm like, well, am I paying £1 for a banana? Or, £3 for something? Am I going to do it? I'm less likely to do that. However, if I'm at home and there's just something that, I fancy a bit of that, I fancy a bit of that. And that starts to influence how hungry we feel. So that's why sometimes getting the facts is right? How's your total calories? What's your total protein intake? Or you could argue, have I had protein every meal? Have I drank enough water? All these coming into it. Now going on to the sessions wise, why does exercise sometimes feel really hard on certain days? And that could be linked to your nutrition as well, number one. Number two, it could also be linked to essentially your recovery. So you've got sleep. Sleep's a massive one that is often the unsexy part of this, which no one really talks about, our sleep hygiene, what time we got to bed. And whether we know it or not, we always have a strategy for feeling good, lots of energy, and a strategy for not. And if you consider this time of year, it can be people can often feel a bit tired or comfort, it's cold sometimes. It's not that cold actually at the moment, but we're getting into those darker nights, darker mornings. It can be harder to get up, harder to get to bed. There's a few things you can do. With regards to your water intake, vitamin D, getting to bed at a certain time, so keeping that sleep routine in. Okay, so it's really important. Go to bed at the same time, get up at the same time, get some kind of routine. Do you have a nap in the day if you need it? Because this can help us make better informed decisions. Help activate our prefrontal cortex, which helps us to make better informed decisions long term. I could go into more detail about this. But this time of year, are you getting vitamin D? A really simple one that you can add in straight away. And start small with this. It could be that one thing you take from this is you're going to start taking vitamin D. If you do that already, could you increase your water intake? Could you have it shut off phones at a certain time in an evening? Could you get into a routine where when that alarm goes off, you have a note next to you where you focus on how you want to feel rather than how you currently feel? Because how you currently feel has nothing to do with where you want to be. How you currently feel is a reflection of what you did yesterday, perhaps. How you want to feel is where we need to put our attention on. When we wake up, we're tired, cold, it feels nice in the duvet to stay in there. How do you want to feel? Have a note down. Why do you want to feel like that? Why do I want to feel like I've got more energy? I want to have more energy. I want to be fitter. I want to be stronger. I want to be wearing these clothes. All these things that we might say. I want to wake up. I want to be around Christmas time. I want to be feeling good and look back and think, I achieved that. I made that happen. So that I can feel more confident. So that I can be less breathless when doing X, Y, and Z. Then we start to act based on how we want to feel rather than how we feel. And yes, you could argue I'm depriving myself of sleep here in bed in the morning, and there's time and place just to treat yourself to more sleep and stuff. But if you're struggling to get it in, that's the only time you can get it done, and you know how it makes you feel. We've got to consider what you're depriving yourself of by staying in bed for an extra 15 minutes. Because it could be as simple as a 10-minute workout in the morning that could just change your day. Those small yeses, that makes you feel better, that gives you more energy. Then I eat better, I treat myself better, I'm better to be around, I'm less ratty, better dad, better husband. Talking about myself now, right? So, I hope that helps. Any questions, let me know. If you found that helpful, do like, share it. If there's one thing that you're going to take away from this, do comment below. Let me know what that one thing will be. And I'll see you soon. Take care.